The Grateful Crane. Once upon a time, in a peaceful village nestled at the edge of a vast forest, there lived a kind-hearted man named Taro. Taro was known throughout the village for his gentle nature and willingness to help anyone in need. Though he lived a modest life in a small cottage, his heart was as wide as the great river that flowed nearby. One cold winter's day, while Taro was gathering firewood in the forest, he heard a faint, desperate cry. Following the sound, he discovered a beautiful crane caught in a hunter's trap, its graceful wing injured and its eyes filled with fear. Without hesitation, Taro carefully freed the crane from the cruel snare and carried it back to his humble home. For days, he tended to the injured bird, washing its wound with warm water, wrapping it gently, and offering it bits of food from his meager supplies. The crane, though silent and frightened at first, gradually grew more trusting as it realized that Taro meant it no harm. Over time, its strength returned, and its eyes shone with gratitude. When the bird finally healed enough to spread its magnificent wings and take flight, it lingered by Taro's window for a long moment, as if to say a silent thank you before soaring high into the winter sky. Weeks later, as the cold began to give way to the soft promise of spring, an unexpected visitor arrived at Taro's door. On a bright morning, while Taro was working in his garden, a mysterious young woman appeared. She was graceful and kind, with eyes that held both sorrow and deep wisdom. Though she introduced herself simply as Hannah, she soon began to help Taro with his daily chores. In a gentle, almost magical way, Hannah took charge of the household. She prepared warm meals, mended his tattered clothes, and even wove beautiful cloth that shimmered like the morning dew. Her weaving was unlike anything Taro had ever seen, a tapestry of silken threads that seemed to capture the very essence of nature. Curious and grateful, Taro watched as Hannah worked at her loom in the quiet afternoons. The patterns were intricate and mysterious, and Taro could not help but wonder where she had learned such an art. Hannah, however, insisted that it must remain a secret. "This is my special craft," she would say with a gentle smile. "I only work when the moon is hidden and the world is quiet." Taro, moved by her kindness and the beauty of her creations, accepted her words with a respectful nod. With time, their bond grew stronger, and the two lived together in quiet harmony. Taro's days became filled with warmth and laughter, and his once lonely cottage blossomed with newfound joy. One day, overcome by both curiosity and admiration for Hannah's skill, Taro peered into the room where she worked late into the night. What he saw left him breathless. Under the dim light, Hannah was not a mysterious weaver at all, but the very same crane he had rescued so many months ago. With graceful, tender movements, the crane plucked its own soft, silvery feathers and transformed them into shimmering threads at the loom. Taro's heart pounded with wonder and regret, for he had discovered the secret of the miraculous cloth. He realized that the kind woman he had grown to love was, in truth, the grateful crane returning to repay his earlier kindness. In that quiet moment, as Taro's eyes filled with tears, Hannah, aware that her secret had been revealed, ceased her work. The gentle light of dawn filtered through the window as she spoke in a voice both sorrowful and serene. "Dear Taro, I came to repay your kindness, to give you comfort and beauty, yet you have uncovered my true self. I was the crane you saved, and in my gratitude, I wished to remain with you. But now that my secret is known, I must return to the sky, to the wild and free life that is my own." Taro, overwhelmed with sorrow and understanding, pleaded softly, "Please, Hannah, stay a little longer. I never meant to break your trust." But Hannah's eyes shone with both tenderness and inevitable farewell. Your love has given me joy beyond measure, but the freedom of the skies calls to me, and I cannot forsake who I truly am." With one last lingering look, Hannah, transformed once again into her elegant crane form, spread her wide wings and, with a gentle leap, ascended into the rising sun, leaving Taro with the beautiful cloth and a heart heavy with both gratitude and loss. In the days that followed, Taro would often sit by the window, gazing at the sky where the graceful crane once soared. He held close the memories of Hannah's kindness and the wondrous gift of beauty she had woven into his life. Though a part of his heart ached for her presence, Taro understood that some gifts are meant to be cherished only for a time, and that true love means setting free what you hold dear. Moral of the story *. The tale of the grateful crane teaches us that acts of kindness can bring unexpected magic into our lives. Yet, it also reminds us that true freedom and love require respect for the nature of those we help. Sometimes, the most beautiful gifts are ephemeral, meant to inspire us and then gently fade away, leaving behind memories that nurture our hearts forever.